Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's me again. Today is the 20th of August 2015. Record. Gotta remember when I did these videos, when I first started. Today I want to talk about a very interesting topic, and I think it's the bridge between failure and success, right? A lot of people have dreams, goals, ambitions, and all this stuff that we wish we could do with our lives, right? But then somehow very few end up making it in life, and a lot of people don't. And there's always questions that arise: that how is it that some people, very few manage to make it, and a huge percentage of the people do not? What is the difference? Where is the disconnect, right? And I found it. I found that one thing that divides failure and success, that separates the people that make it from the people that don't. Here's the first thing, right? The number one word that separates people from achieving their dreams or not is simply action. And you say, action? Yes, action. And I'll tell you why. There are three fundamental reasons that people use as to why they never take action. You know what I mean? Towards their goals, towards their dreams, towards whatever it is that they seek to achieve. Three fundamental reasons. Number one, I don't know how to, right? They have all these dreams and all these goals and ambitions, and they're like, oh my goodness, but it's so massive. I don't have the money. I don't have the knowledge. I don't know anyone in the profession that's doing it. I don't know how I'm going to be able to achieve this thing. And they park their dreams because they worry about how they're going to make it a success, right? And I learned that, truly speaking, it isn't important to know how you're going to do it. I don't think that's what you should worry about. In fact, I don't think you should worry about that at all. And you're saying, but why wouldn't I worry about it if I need a reason, if I need a clue, or I need some help? I need to know the how. Yes, you're right, but it's not what you're supposed to worry about in the beginning. And I'll tell you why. I don't think that anyone that has ever attempted to do something they have never done before, they knew how to do it. I believe that tremendously. I don't believe that everybody knew how they're going to do it. All they knew is that they had this thing that they wanted to achieve with their lives, and it was a burning desire. Because the reason it has to be a burning desire is because that burning desire will be necessary for you to push you so you can figure out how you were going to do it. The how comes after you have resolved within yourself that you're going to do it, despite the fact that you don't have the knowledge or the money or the influence or all the skill or the talent or whatever you may think that you lack. That is not important in the beginning. How is not important. It's what will stop you from starting in the beginning, because it will overwhelm you, and without having a reason why you should do it, then you're just going to quit. So how? I don't know. I don't think that the Wright brothers, the guys that created the first flying machine, knew how they're going to do it. Right? They just figured it out as they went along. I don't believe that Nelson Mandela and the ANC and Albert Luthuli knew how they were going to fight for freedom in South Africa and achieve it, but they had their burning desire to do that. And that's the creative force right there. That's the skill. If it is a skill. But a burning desire. That's what will make you figure out how you're going to do it. That's what will propel you. Then the next reason people use for not even taking action in their life is, I don't have the time. People use that a lot. They're like, I don't have the time, dude. Like, I come back from work and I'm tired, and I gotta catch a little TV, get something to eat, and before you know it, I'm tired and I sleep. I just don't have the time. I wish I did. You know what shocked me? What I found out, I couldn't believe it when I discovered this. I couldn't believe it. Right? I found out that successful people and poor people all have 24 hours in a day. I couldn't believe it when I found that out. I was like, no way. I thought these guys had extra time. I thought maybe they had like a couple of hours that that is just available to them, and somehow they used it to achieve their success. I found that they don't. We all have 24 hours in a day. The defining factor is what you do with those hours in the day. If you're chasing your dreams, you're chasing your goal, you gotta know how to use your hours so that they can fit in with that dream. Because unless you find yourself fine-tuning your day and defining what you're gonna do with every hour so that you can create some extra hours. You know, you don't have extra hours, you create them. You have those hours where you sacrifice your time with your friends, your time with your buddies, your time on social media, your time on TV. Once you sacrifice all these things, I promise you will have extra time. I promise you that. You will be one of those people that in their time, instead of watching TV and all, they are achieving their dreams. And they have the hours. They have the extra hours, so to speak. All right? And that's what it takes, really. It takes sacrifice. And that's the thing. The key is you gotta be willing to sacrifice some of the time that you have to chase your dream, to run after your goals. The third reason that people use as a racket to stop them from achieving their dreams is that people always say stuff like, what if I fail? Right? The fear of failure. What if I try? What if I give it my best? What if I start the whole process, right? And I put in the hours and I put in the time. What if I fail? So what? Right? I mean, human beings have been so programmed to fail. Let me tell you something. When I first started speaking, I was just speaking. I remember my first time I stood up to speak, I remember my words were tangling all up in my mouth and they didn't want to come out, and even when they did, they didn't come out right, and I was scared and I was shaking and I was afraid, but I was willing to fail forward. I was willing to fail in the direction of my dreams. I was willing to say, no matter what happens, whatever result that comes out of this experience, I'm going to use it to help me get forward. So I can learn from this experience and be like, I could have improved that. I shouldn't have done that. I could have done that better. And then fine tune it and come back better next time. Because failure really isn't failure as we have been taught to believe. You know, because in school, if you fail, the teacher makes you feel like you did something wrong when in actual sense, you've figured out what you shouldn't do next time, right? So now you know what not to do. So failure we should all learn to interpret failure differently. Failure is feedback. It teaches you what you could do right or what you shouldn't do. And you improve on it, and you work on it, and you get it better, right? So those are the three fundamental reasons that people use as a record behind them in their success. But if you learn to figure out that how is not important, and secondly, that there is no extra time that you gotta create it through sacrifice, and thirdly, that failure is actually feedback. It's positive. It's not negative. It's positive. So we should take the skills. We should take this advice that I just shared and look at your own life and think about your own dreams, and then say to yourself, I'm going to go back and I'm going to re-look that one thing that I once packed because I thought I needed to know how, or I needed to have extra time, or I needed to, I was afraid to fail. So that's my challenge to you, because I'm on the quest of achieving my dreams, and I believe that everybody else can. We could all, if we could just figure out how life works. Cheers!